what happens when you get into debt.
That's your name?
It's not my name.
And you can't or won't pay it back.
I'm going to seize the car in front of the drive, the Ford.
In this series, we meet the people who are losing their homes.
Get out! Get out!
No, don't raise your voice.
We never receive any notice.
Their cars.
If I give you the keys,
Yes?
how do I know I'm going to get the car back?
And their possessions. We meet the people who are owed money.
Welcome to hell.
And the people whose job it is to collect it.
If you don't open the door, we'll smash the glass.
Because when you can't pay,
Don't speak to me like because I'll take your head off.
they'll take it away.
There's like different forms of scum in life, but you're just a higher class one.
Take it now.
It's claimed nearly 9 million people in the UK are in severe debt. The government-backed Money Advice Service says 1 in 6 of those are seeking professional help for it.
Our personal debt mountain is getting bigger and bigger. In the UK, we now owe over £4 billion more than we did a decade ago. And with debt rising, collecting and repossessing our assets has become a booming business. One of the most frequently seized items is our cars. Hundreds are repossessed every week, with more and more people getting that dreaded knock on the door. Mike Allenby and Terry Jones work for Nemesis, a car repossession company covering the northwest of England. Mike, a former private detective, has been doing car repossessions for some time, but Terry is new to the game.
Right, Renault Clio Dynamique.
Today, they're on their way to Liverpool to repossess a vehicle on a tough estate in Merseyside.
God, this is a place, isn't it?
Oh, proper around here, mate. Proper.
Hired by private finance companies, they are paid by results.
This one.
Yeah, put it as sat nav. Yeah.
The more cars they recover, the more money they make.
Excellent.
A good month can net them over 100 motors.
We've got the car here, we're clamping it now.
The owner owes several £100s on a loan he's taken out against the value of the car. Short-term schemes like these provide quick access to cash with no credit checks, but often come with huge interest rates.
Got it.
Some as high as 400%. And when you can't pay, Mike and Terry get the call.
Because of the type of finance that's on it, the vehicle doesn't actually belong to the person that's took the finance out on it until they've paid it off.
With a clamp on, Mike wants to give the owner the chance to pay up.
When you knock on the door, your face is the first real face that these people have seen. So everything else has been conducted via letters or telephone calls. So they usually tend to vent their spleen at you at the door. Can hear a dog.
Hear a dog, yeah.
Whether the owner's home or not, they can still take the car, as long as the finance company have given the go-ahead.
Got a mobile number, so give him a ring.
Mike and Terry have no idea how many letters or phone calls the car owner has received chasing up the bad debt. They're only here for one thing, and that's the car.
We're repossession agents and we're currently outside your property. We have your vehicle on clamp. I wondered if you could give us a call back, please. We can wait half an hour and then we'll have to remove the vehicle. OK, cheers. Thank you.
Then the phone goes.
Hello?
It's the office.
Oh, OK then. OK, all right. Sorry?
What?
Apparently he said he's going to come outside and set fire to it. Okay.
That's good.
All right, then. Cheers for the heads up. All right, ta-ra.
Well, barbecue time, is it?
Just watch our backs, that's all. Can't do anything else. At the end of the day, you're there to collect a car. And it's an asset. It belongs to the finance company, our client. And we have to protect that.
The car owner is back.
What are you filming for? Take the cameras. What are you can't. I'm not giving you permission to film. Or I'll rag that and I'll smash it all over the street.
Excuse me.
Oh, don't speak to me like I'm some sort of. Because I'll take your head off. Cheeky. I'll smash that car up right in front of every one of you. But I'll kill you.
There's quite often threats are made in that manner, by whatever it is. We've had threatened to throw bricks out the window at us, things, all kinds of stuff like that. You can find yourself just laughing it off, really. But it can turn out that they will do what they're threatening to do.
The charity Shelter claims that more than 200,000 households in England are at risk of repossession or eviction. Amongst the worst hit areas include Luton, Nottingham and London.
Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are High Court enforcement officers. Commonly known as sheriffs, they spend their time chasing debts from those who can't pay and those who won't pay.
Are we the only sheriffs out there doing anything? No, perhaps we're doing too much.
Working under the authority of the High Court, they're the officers people turn to when all other avenues have failed. They have the power to seize your possessions to cover your debts and evict you from your home if you've fallen behind with your payments.
How far?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Today, the team are en route to Hertfordshire with a repossession order to evict a man from his home of 19 years. The debt has risen from £5,000 to almost £30,000 in the space of 3 years, with the addition of fees and costs.
That looks like somebody standing outside in the cold, waiting for us.
Paul and Steve are being met at the house by a representative of the official receiver.
Is there anybody in, do you know, or is it?
I've been here for an hour and there's been no movement and no lights.
OK.
So I don't think there is.
The homeowner was made bankrupt 3 years ago after failing to pay a bill for the Inland Revenue. His debts have led to the official receiver taking control of his assets. They've already assessed the value of the property and decided to repossess and sell the house. Paul and Steve's arrival marks the beginning of the end. The debtor and his wife will be made homeless.
Well, if you're going to repossess a private home, it's not a good feeling because people will have lived there for years. On a scale of like 1 to 10, how good do you feel about it? It's got to be 0.
The back door into the conservatory is open.
Their High Court powers allow them to take control of the property immediately.
Anybody there? Hello? Steve, you just get the small bell croppers. No. Well, there's nobody in. The house is obviously occupied. The court order came out from the county court 3 weeks ago, so it's not as if they haven't had plenty of warning. The 13th of August was the date of the judgment, so they're just still sitting here.
With no one at home, the sheriffs are breaking in.
Locksmith time.
Yeah. The techniques for getting through a locked door, our first choice is always to talk people into opening the door. If that fails, we carry a complete range of kit in the van that we can make entry with, so starting from crowbars from sort of 8 inches to 4 feet, electric tools, drills and so on.
In seconds, they enter the house.
Can you just bear with us a sec? Because there's a dog in here. We want to make sure the dog's okay.
Oh, right, OK.
The entrance of 2 complete strangers has frightened a dog living in the property.
Don't tread in the floor in the kitchen.
Come on, you old softy.
Do you mind if I go out? I can't deal with dogs' houses.
Come on, let's shut you outside here. Come on. Come on. Good boy, come on. I felt quite bad that we'd frightened the dog. Everybody else stayed outside while I cleared up the mess and then made friends with the dog, found the dog biscuits, and we ended up the best of friends.
I brought you 2 in case you want a double rat, you know, for extra.
How do they do it? It falls to me to get it up because I've got dogs and children.
My children don't poo on the floor.
Hello, sweetheart.
Good boy.
15 minutes after the sheriff's arrival, the man they're going to evict finally arrives home.
Get out. Come, get out. Get out.
You are the owner of the, you are a resident of the property, are you?
I am.
OK. We're here today to repossess the property.
Stay out there, please.
No.
You're supposed to be invited in, not breaking.
We have a warrant that allows us to break in.
Sir?
Just calm down, calm down.
OK. This is the
We
situation.
understand, hang on. We understand that this is a disaster and it's a surprise to you. Trust that we will deal with it as nicely as we can.
The homeowner, Neil, works as a taxi driver. He's lived here with his wife for 19 years. But his £30,000 debt is about to bring that to an abrupt end. Back in Liverpool, car repossession experts Mike Allenby and Terry Jones are on their guard as they attempt to recover a car from a tough estate. The owner has threatened to set fire to the vehicle after defaulting on a loan secured against it.
Don't speak to me like, because I'll take your head off.
Threats are commonplace, but Mike and Terry can never be sure whether they'll turn into actual violence.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Sorry?
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm asking you what you're waiting for. I'm asking you the question.
Oh, we're here to collect the car.
Are you, yeah?
What are we going to do?
With that amount of aggression and threats, I need to finish our paperwork off, see if he calms down, and then, if he doesn't, call the police.
You know, sometimes I might look like I'm only strapping a wheel up or writing out the paperwork, but I'm aware of what's going on around me. I know where people are or what their position is. So it's very important that you stay aware.
Just keep your eye on him. Have you got the keys, though? Have you got the keys? No. OK. Let me know if he's locking it again. Collection time. Collection date. You a bully?
The last time I checked.
No, me neither.
With the car now damaged, Mike calls the office.
Hey, Glenn. Yeah, the guy's just turned up, put a crowbar through the windscreen, threatened everybody. Well, he's got in a car now. Do you want us to? We have to ring the police. OK, cheers. All right, trot. Glenn says you have to report it, because he says it's criminal damage. You know, I've had people taking swings at me, I've had all sorts of things, I'm threatening to smash my head in with a hammer, all sorts of different things. But just because they react with violence doesn't mean I have to.
A short while later, the police arrive. The loan secured against the car means the vehicle belongs to the finance company rather than the owner. He's now smashed up their property and not his own.
So what he's done is he's secured a loan against the car and he hasn't paid a penny for it. Do you want a copy of that? It's all there that you need, love.
As Mike and Terry start loading up, the car owner returns.
I don't want to have my dirty laundry head all off the street, look. I'm sorry, but I live here. Don't put your hands on me, please. I'm asking you, don't put your hands on me. Get off me.
When I first started the job, and people would get abusive and things like that, I did feel the urge to respond. From the word go, Mike has shown me how to do it correctly. It doesn't matter what people are saying. I don't take it personal. It doesn't land. It's just there to do a job, and that's what we do.
Watch the glass, love.
The car owner is arrested and taken away for questioning. He was charged and found guilty of causing criminal damage. He was given a conditional discharge for 12 months and ordered to pay £115 in costs and fines.
You deserve that. I am well impressed.
An eventful job has come to an end. But with so many cars to repossess every day, the team know the next hostile situation may be just a door knock away. High Court enforcement officers Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in Hertfordshire. They're carrying out a repossession order to evict a man from his home of 19 years.
Come, get out! Get out!
You are the owner of the... You are a resident of the property, are you?
I am.
Neil, a taxi driver, was made bankrupt by the Inland Revenue. He's accumulated debts of almost £30,000. He didn't know that High Court enforcement officers were coming today, but now both he and his wife will be made homeless.
The Inland Revenue is not the only people I owe money to. Yeah, I've got all the other bills that I have to contend with, like credit cards and all that, which sort of help me out, but I'm maxed out, so I'm paying them off as well.
As a bankrupt, Neil's assets are under the control of the official receiver. They've decided his house must be sold to cover his debts. It's up to Paul and Steve to bring about a swift eviction.
I'm not moving from this house. I'm not moving, no.
I understand all it's a shock to you, and if I have to, I will call the police and you'll be thrown out into the street. But I don't want to do that. I'm just giving you the extreme view.
It's less than an hour since the eviction began. Outside, the official receiver's representative is waiting for an update.
That's OK, because what they're saying is they know nothing about this. It's all, you know, haven't got the paperwork, never received the judgment, tried to contact trustee and/or they've got an insolvency advisor who's been sorting all this out for them, all of which, of course, is water under the bridge so far as we're concerned, because we're here to repossess it.
Right.
So we, just as a normal practice, allow 2 hours to let them get into gear, calm down, pack their stuff, collect up the pets, and make arrangements to go. If I'm not back out in half an hour, send in the attack dogs.
They have been given a long time before this actually occurs, frequently anything between 1 and 3 years. So, you know, people say to me, do I like my job? And I said, well, it's a job that's got to be done. And in most circumstances, they have been given ample opportunity to do something about it. Frequently, people just don't respond to communications from the trustee or the liquidator, whichever.
The eviction can't be ignored any longer.
OK, but we still come back to the fact that you're going to have to leave today.
Well, I will leave sometime today.
No, I'm afraid
I've got till midnight.
No.
Yes,
No,
today,
I'm sorry.
today.
No, the warrant, we allow 2 hours. People are astounded that they've got so little time to move because their immediate reaction is how can they move a whole house in 2 hours?
Faced with the reality of eviction, Neil's become resigned to the fact that he has to leave. After nearly 2 decades in the house, they have just 2 hours to pack their personal possessions and go.
I'm getting evicted today. It's sickening. It's horrible. It's my whole world just feels like it's falling apart in front of me. Losing the house is going to break our hearts. Can you take that?
Neil, take this to your coach.
Sorry? Yeah, the coach, please. I've done 17 years in the roll call signals. It's funny I'm being kicked out on Armistice Day.
Neil was a sergeant in the Royal Signals Regiment, serving in Northern Ireland, the Falklands and the Gulf War.
I enjoyed my time in the army, and I know a lot of people will, but we do struggle when you've been stuck in an environment where the money you got at the end of the day was everything paid for.
I did feel sorry for the gentleman who we had to evict that day. He was a soldier, he served in the armed forces. He'd done, technically, his bit for the country, and this is how he got treated.
I understand these people have got a job to do, but to actually kick somebody out of a house...
Neil and his wife own a joint 30% share of their home. They pay rents for the other 70%, which is owned by a housing association.
Yeah.
They have kept up with their payments and have no arrears at all. It's his other debts that are making them homeless.
I don't care what people say about it. You're not earning big money like some of these people. You're just a general working person, yeah, who goes on day by day, earning what he can when he can.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm sorry it's come to this point, and I'm more sorry for my wife. This is what I've gone from running marathons to just 10 yards up the garden and 10 yards back down, carrying an empty freezer. This is the state of my health. I was diagnosed with pneumonia 5 years ago, and I haven't been working that much since. So money was tight anyway, so all my savings went on that.
The house will eventually be sold. But in the meantime, Neil will still need to pay the rent on the property. If he doesn't, the rent arrears will be added to his already huge debts.
Take care.
Thank you.
I'm sorry we met like this, but...
Yeah.
You take care.
Okay.
Any possessions they can't take now have been stored with neighbours, who have also offered them a bed for the night. They will speak to the council about temporary accommodation tomorrow.
The support around here is great, and hopefully somebody will help us. And just anybody tells you you're hard in the army is true, but you still got your emotions to hit you at some point. And
Neil hopes he can mount a last-minute deal to allow them to get their property back. But for now, they are homeless. There are 28 million cars in the UK, and many of them are bought using finance. So for repossession specialists like Mike and Terry, there's always a steady flow of vehicles that could soon be hooked up to their recovery van.
Hi there, mate. Yeah, I've got a repossession order for your Astra.
As private contractors, their work usually comes direct from finance companies who provide a list of cars they want back. It's up to Mike and Terry to hunt them down. Easier said than done.
Most days, we're up at the crack of dawn and we're on the road. It's testing, isn't it? At the minute.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't got it easy, have we?
Scouring the streets for cars, they chase as many as 15 motors a day.
The light's still on. And no car.
But there's no guarantee the cars will be where they're supposed to be.
Terry, there's no sign of the car around the back here. None at all. I'm just going to try the other side of the street, OK?
We do have to sometimes do a lot of waiting around for various reasons.
We're all out of luck.
And it can be tiring.
Oh, God!
So you have to do our best to stay alert.
Right, here we go. Here we go, here we go.
Increasingly, though, Mike and Terry are collecting cars from people who can't afford them anymore. Cash-strapped car owners are handing back their motors to the finance companies.
Is that it? That's the blue one, it is. We do recover quite a lot of cars that people have just lost hope in, lost interest because they're fed up with throwing money at it and having problems after problem. I have actually been in debt in a situation where I had a van and that had to get repossessed. I couldn't afford the payments on it. So I understand what it's like to be in the scenario where you're having to give something back. So I do sympathise. I understand how it can come about.
Today, they're driving to pick up a car from Liam, a Liverpudlian who wants out of his finance agreement on his Vauxhall Corsa.
My insurance premium was twice as much as what I was paying for the car a month, so that was sort of forced me to get a finance agreement because I couldn't save up for the car because I could buy the car but I wouldn't be able to drive it.
For Mike and Terry, jobs like this are the best type of payday. No threats and no violence. Just turn up, take the car and leave with a smile.
When we go to do a job, our first priority is trying to help that person as much as we can, and that's what we genuinely do at every job. So if we can leave a job knowing that we've helped, we've done our best to help that person, then we leave the job happy.
Rent arrears are becoming the fastest growing debt problem in the UK, according to the charity The Money Advice Trust. In the first 9 months of this year, its telephone helpline received nearly 20,000 calls from people behind with their rent.
In the southeast, High Court enforcement officers Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are en route to a repossession job just outside London. Before they arrive, they always suit up in protective vests.
In July, a housing association bailiff and a housing manager were both shot by somebody in Brixton, just out of the blue. Fortunately, they lived. The bloke was sectioned under the Mental Health Act. So the very next day, I went out and bought the stab vests. These are ballistic vests, in fact, so if somebody does decide to shoot them or shoot at us, I'll know whether they actually work or not the day after. It's not really a laughing matter, though, is it, when you think about it? It could actually come to that. I mean, nobody wants to see us, do they? If the police go somewhere, at least probably 60% of the people they meet are happy to see them. There's nobody happy to see us.
Today, they're carrying out a High Court eviction on a family who owe £736 in rent. It may sound like a tiny amount, but as Paul and Steve know, sometimes the smallest debts cause the biggest problems.
Or
53A.
It's a corner property.
Right.
I looked on a map.
The landlord asked the family to leave 16 months ago when their lease expired, but they have stayed put.
Where the garages are, they built another house in the background.
Oh, right.
Now sitting tenants, they have ignored all attempts to remove them, including county court orders.
Yeah, with the gates. And 2 cars.
Oh, right. Tidy.
But Paul and Steve are now armed with a much more powerful legal writ from the High Court. It entitles them to evict the tenants with no notice. Today, whatever happens, the landlord will get his property back, and the family will be made homeless.
Who lives here?
I live here.
We've come to repossess the property.
Repossess the property?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're from the High Court.
You have an order from the High Court to repossess the property today.
When?
Today.
But I've got the court order, but I haven't received any other court order.
No, but the court order said you had to leave the property by the 9th of December.
Yes, but I've got to leave, wait for another court order.
Well, this one came out this came out on Friday, the 13th, from the High Court.
Nothing has come to me.
It doesn't. No, we're here. That's what we've come for.
I haven't received any
No,
letter.
Listen carefully. This is the court order which was issued on Friday, and I have a copy for you anyway. But the order is immediate. We repossess the property today.
No, I haven't heard anything from the High Court.
No, we're here to tell you.
Okay, but you're telling me straight away?
Yes.
That's right.
No, straight away you tell me. I have to have...
No, you don't. Not from the
I
High
have to
Court.
have a time to just come out.
No, you
No,
don't.
you don't. You had plenty. You had time with the county court orders to leave by the 9th.
So whatever I know, as far as I know, I just have to wait for another court order to come. Then I have to leave.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's the order saying you've got to leave now.
But it's as far as you know, it's difficult to just make it straight away today.
Well, I'm
but
sorry,
at least if you have a notice.
Well, you had notice on the 9th, and you had 2 months' notice before that.
Yes, but I couldn't find any place to just move.
Well, I'm sorry. We have no option in it. We've got to ask you to leave today.
Just straight away.
Straight away. 2 hours.
It can't be possible.
Well, I'm sorry, but if you
sorry, it does make means. I've got kids to see. Which kind of work is it to come with the kids and family, take them in a 2 hours time? Which kind of work is this one? The law never said this one. Even if it's this a law, this is cruel law.
I don't disagree with you, but the law is the law, and we're here to enforce it.
2 hours is not possible.
Well, we'll speak to the landlord and see if he wants to give you longer.
The landlord. I've got the most rubbish landlord in my life.
We don't like landlords to be present when we evict a tenant anyway, because it becomes very controversial and confrontational.
But as the landlord lives next door, there's no choice.
No, it's okay. I mean, this is instant. We've got 2 hours to get them out.
All exactly
If he
is
wants
that...
to make it... If you come back here with me.
Shut up!
Hang on, that's enough. Just go inside,
Out of earshot, Paul attempts to keep the peace.
People explode like this.
Oh, yeah.
We give them time to cool
calm
down.
down, exactly.
If he wants to call the police, we don't have a problem
More than
with that.
welcome.
We do 10 of these every week.
Brilliant.
We don't have a problem with any of it. We don't raise our voice.
No,
So
that's no
it'll
point.
be fine.
As you can see, I've had plenty of that over the last, 18 months,
That's
22
okay.
months I've asked them to leave.
The landlord initially offered them a 6-month lease.
We were on friendly terms. We used to go over there, they used to come over here, children were playing about together. We had no issues. But obviously, as the time went by, when the 6 months expired, I asked them to move out, and they just said, well, we can't find anywhere to go yet, but we will go very soon.
Next door, Enforcement Officer Steve is talking the tenants through their dwindling options.
The council told us you wait for another court order, and that's why we picked all staff.
Yeah.
And we
look
for
everything.
Yeah, no, I can see.
Yeah.
I can see, yeah. But
we are not happy living in this property with this rubbish.
Yeah.
Man and rubbish woman.
I explained to you, we don't know you, we don't know him. All we get is this.
Yes,
So
I know.
we don't know any of the background at all. The only thing you can do is get some stuff together for a couple of days until you can arrange to take the
Where
rest
we
of the
go
stuff.
for a couple of days? Where we go?
I don't know. If you take this to the council, they should give you emergency housing for a couple of days. I understand it's upsetting. I really do. Yes, I fully understand and I accept that it's not easy.
And my 2 kids is in the school. And
Yeah.
now the school time is coming up.
Yeah.
Even though the family have 4 young children, Steve and Paul have no option but to enforce the eviction. Slough, just outside London. High Court enforcement officers Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are evicting a family from their rented home.
Hang on, that's enough.
Despite being asked to leave over 16 months ago and a county court order evicting them, they are still living at the property. They owe £736 in rent arrears.
I understand it's upsetting. I really do. Yes, I fully understand and I accept that.
The locks are being changed and the tenants have been given 2 hours to gather their personal possessions.
There you go. It's a criminal offence to re-enter it. Contact me if there's a problem. Won't be a problem.
I had a little bit of legal advice from a very good organisation who also kindly informed me that if I do go to the local bailiff's office, which the court has authorised me with the court order, it could take a good 6 to 8 weeks even. The route of the High Court enforcement officer is much quicker, much more costly, but they get the job done.
But there's a problem. Despite being close to Paul's deadline, the tenants have made a decision. Instead of just taking a few belongings for a couple of nights, they've decided to empty the house of all their possessions.
Sofa's coming out now, so I'm getting out of the way.
They're just taking the mickey now. We gave them 2 hours. They've now stretched it to 3 and they now want 4. Not acceptable. Will you need to come back again?
I'm trying to not come up again. I'm trying to just take it out everything.
The longest we can stretch this to today is till 2 o'clock.
I'm just trying now.
That's giving you an extra hour.
Please, yeah.
Paul's deadline has come and gone. The family are still at the property.
How are we doing? Will you be done in 10 minutes?
Excuse me, mate. How
Yeah.
can we take everything out within 10 minutes? You can look at it, we're working, we haven't...
No, that's okay. We're going. We're locking the door now.
So what are we going to do with the stuff?
You'll have to make arrangements to come back and get it. We gave you 2 hours. You've now had 3.
You gave us the 2 hours, but look at the amount of stuff...
I don't care. I don't care.
We
I
do
don't
try
care.
our best to take it out.
10 minutes.
We're
10
trying our
minutes.
best.
Thank you.
We're trying our best.
It's almost 4 hours since the sheriffs arrived on the scene, and finally the tenants have gone.
All done? Finish? Okay. Good luck. Okay. Be safe. Bye.
After months of legal wrangling, the property is empty.
I'll be honest with you. I mean,
Pretty good.
We see a lot worse than this.
Oh,
really.
exactly.
You know, on their way out is usually breaking things and...
Well, this is what I was anticipating, but I don't think they had a chance to even think about doing anything like that. They only had this for about 24 to 26 months, and you can see the state of it. It was impeccable when we gave it to them, and that's probably going to need a good few thousand spent on it to bring it back into a decent livable condition again.
They're the new front door keys and 1 key to the building at the very back of the garden.
Brilliant, thank you.
Sorry it took a little bit longer than usual, but
But it's better to get over it done in one go, isn't it?
Yeah.
That. Thank you.
Good luck.
It's worthwhile.
Take
Thanks
care.
a lot.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
It's taken the power of a High Court writ and extensive negotiations to evict the tenants. But Paul and Steve's job is now complete.
Every day is a different day. Some are good days, some are bad days, but somewhere along the line, someone has been done wrong. And it's the chance of getting that put right, and that's how I see it.
It's almost 1 month since taxi driver Neil and his wife were evicted from their home in Hertfordshire. He is still working hard to make ends meet. After visiting the local council, the couple moved into a small temporary bedsit, just a few miles from where they used to live.
This is the sitting room come bedroom. Yeah, this is the hotel room, as I come to call it, because if you go in any hotel, it doesn't look any different. You put dinner on the table and that's full. You sit down on the settee, that's full. It's very snug for 2 people. My partner's reaction was absolutely... She went spare at me, to say the least, yeah. Crying, angry, ready to kill me. Even now, sort of 4 weeks down the line, we're still very close to separating.
He's also had to say goodbye to his beloved dog.
We're not allowed any pets in the places, so they are with friends, and we try and get to see them as much as we can. Our pets are our family. Sorry, but if I can't have kids, then I've got to have pets. In a way, I can't wait to get out. We're always treading on each other's toes, yeah, because we're so used to having so much open space to walk round. And I get up for work at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to keep quiet because somebody's asleep next to you. It was easy in the house before because we had another room where I could do all that without disturbing anybody.
In addition to the rent he has to pay for the bedsit, Neil is paying over £700 a month on the property from which he was evicted. He will keep on paying until a buyer is found.
Me and my wife own 30% of the house outright. Yeah, there's no mortgage payments. We pay rent for the other 70%. We're still paying that rent. It's like paying for 2 residents, yeah? I wish I was that rich that I could afford to run 2 residents.
Neil's wish is to get his home back, and he's prepared to do all he can to make it happen.
I've had to take on extra hours at work. It's paid its toll. I've been ill for the last week. I've been off struggling. I'm just knocking myself out working, and I'm sort of so tired that there is nothing else now but sort of working and doing that, yeah.
Britain's best-loved High Court enforcement agents are back. And in this new Can't Pay special,
somebody's gonna get hurt. Either me or you lot.
we see them pushed to their limits.
You think you can tear my family apart?
Resolving some of the trickiest cases of their careers.
I'll smash his head.
Confronted with aggression, lies,
You pushed me. please.
And debtors who won't face up to the truth.
Director of the company's on a boat in the Mediterranean.
We see the agents overcoming every barrier put in their way.
Sir, touch that, I'll phone the police.
Yes, call the police.
Because no matter what you throw at them...
Oh, thanks.
If you can't pay...
It's just not fair.
They'll take it away. With the shift to online shopping and an increase in business rates, high streets across the UK are under pressure. 2016 saw the lowest number of store openings since 2011. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are High Court enforcement agents. They work all over the north of England, repossessing properties and collecting debts.
Sunny Crewe, eh?
Today they're on their way to Crewe, Cheshire, to collect an unpaid debt from Phone Station, a shop specialising in mobile phones. But this isn't the first time Stuart has crossed paths with its owner, Mr. Ola Soji.
We're going to a mobile phone shop that me and Ian Taylor went to about 2 months ago. But he had no money. While we were there, he was on the phone to the court filling out an application to stay the writ.
Right.
When we re-attend a premises, it makes me more determined to get the payment in full, simply because I've been there before, I know what the defendant's like, I know what excuses they're going to give, the cards are in our hand.
After the agent's first visit, the owner appealed against the writ. But after failing to turn up to 2 court hearings, he lost his case. Now he must pay the £3,900 debt owed to a business consultancy.
Oh, there it is there, Phone Station.
This job will be anything but straightforward.
We buy and fix phones.
Come to the right place.
If Mr. Olasoji can't pay, the agents have the right to seize business assets to the value of the debt.
Hi mate, you alright? We're after Mr. Olsapan Olzaje. Are you able to get him on the phone, mate? We're High Court enforcement agents. I've been here before, mate.
The shop assistant gets straight through to Mr. Olasoji.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello there, sir. It's Mr. McCracken, the High Court enforcement agent.
Yeah, I've just applied to set aside the judgment made against me.
Yeah, it's been thrown out, sir, hence the reason that we're here today.
No, I've done another one yesterday.
It's still active at the moment, sir. So we need £3,900. If not, we will be removing goods today, sir.
Whatever, man.
No problem. I'll start removing goods, so that's not a problem. Oh, that's a great answer.
Everyone's got a right to defend their case and put their story across, but it doesn't always go in their favour. They've had their chance. They either need to make a payment, or we will be removing goods.
With Mr. Olasoji not cooperating, Stuart's only option will be to start removing goods from the shop. But he needs to check if the claimant is happy for him to do so.
Good afternoon, John. I reckon we'll get close to the balance, mate, because we've got an iPhone 6 Plus here for 440 quid, and there's about 10 of them. Cheers, John. Bye-bye. Right, Vicky's going to speak to the client now.
Right.
The client says yes, then we need to seize goods.
Best thing about attending a mobile phone shop, it's like walking into a candy shop for a kid. There's goods everywhere, high value items, small items, so it's very easy to remove.
While the agents wait for the office to call back, a woman appears on the scene.
Excuse me.
Who are you in relation to the defendant?
I'm his wife.
Right, okay.
We need the balance.
You need the what?
The balance paid today.
Right, and that is
3,900.
So at the moment...
Defended this,
okay.
he's appealed it.
Yeah, and it's been dismissed.
He's jumped through every single hoop.
Yeah, and it's been dismissed.
Well, I don't know why the judge has done this then, because I was...
So at the moment, it means that we'll have to remove goods unless payment is made. It's black and
Well,
white as
he's
that.
not going to be able to make payments.
So we'll have to remove goods.
He's not a rich person. It's just not fair.
I'm just waiting for a phone call back. The second the phone call comes back, Cover will be on its way to have this goods removed.
Unless payment is made.
And what are you taking?
Everything.
I'm gonna break you.
Yeah.
With debt, it can be quite upsetting when family members get involved and they are only trying to help. I can see it from their point of view, but they've got to see it from our point of view, that we've got a job to do, and our job is to collect payments or take control of goods.
Minutes later, Stuart hears back from the office.
Hello?
Yeah. I've just spoken to the client, they're happy to do that. So, is it a box fan that you need?
Yeah, it'd been 3.5 ton. Cheers, Alison. Bye.
The claimant has agreed to let the agent seize goods to offset the debt. The removal team arrive almost immediately.
Hey mate, you alright? Are you here for the removal?
Yeah. Just what's here?
Yeah, what's here? Obviously the boxes for the phones and the 2 monitors at the top here.
As the agents stack up mobile phones and laptops, the debtor, Mr. Olusoji, suddenly appears from the back of the shop.
Turkey, you can't make a payment, sir.
I don't own these people. That's the first thing. And secondly, I don't have any money to pay you.
Right.
Mr. Olusoji claims that although he still works for the business, he transferred ownership of the company 4 months ago. Almost immediately, another man enters the shop.
What's going on?
Who's the shop owner here?
You know the shop.
Mr. Olusoji claims this man, Osman, now owns the business.
Unfortunately, we are, sir.
No, I'm sorry about it. You will not take it.
Through the next 7 days, sir. You'll need to
We don't. It's not mutual. It's not. You're not going to decide. I don't know anything about this thing. I don't do that.
Sir. This has been going on for like 3 months.
No, has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I know, sir. Well,
anything
that's
to do
not
with
my
you.
problem, sir.
The man Mr. Olusoji claims is the new owner, Osman, is clearly unaware of the £3,900 debt. But as Mr. Olusoji has shown no proof that he's transferred ownership of the shop, the agents have the right to continue to enforce action here today.
You cannot come and take my stuff.
We will be, sir.
You're taking them.
Sir, you are. I'll need to remain open, mate, I'm afraid. Need to remain open, sir.
In what, for why?
Because
am I paying rent to you? You're not going to take them stuff, and they're not going.
Yeah, we are.
And you want to bring them back, please?
No, we won't be.
Hey, help me to take them stuff back.
I can tell you now, you will get arrested, sir.
As the goods have been seized, they're now the property of the Crown. Attempting to take them back is a criminal offence.
I'm not surprised to hear nearly on every job that people say that what I'm doing is incorrect. But I wouldn't be doing the job if I did it incorrectly. I know the laws and I know the rights, I know them like the back of my hand.
Sir, touch that, I'll phone the police.
Yes, phone the police.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
no problem at all. No problem at all. You want me to phone the police? Yeah? Alright, no problem.
Excuse me, mate. You're not coming.
Close it down, mate.
Hey, come outside, please.
No, stay
Go
inside.
outside, you get arrested, sir.
Go what?
If you touch me, you're going to get arrested.
I need immediate police assistance, please.
With Osman willing to risk arrest to save his business, will Stuart and Vic be able to resolve this case peacefully?
Can you give way, please?
No, wait.
We're going to get arrested. Oh,
you.
Crewe, Cheshire.
Hi, mate, you alright?
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were at a mobile phone shop to collect a debt from business owner Mr. Olusoji.
We need £3,900. If not, we will be removing goods today, sir.
Whatever, man.
With Mr. Olusoji declining to pay, Stuart and Vic started to remove goods.
What's here? Obviously the boxes for the phones and the 2 monitors at the top.
But then Mr. Olusoji emerged from the back of the shop and claimed the business was no longer his. The man he claimed was the new owner wasn't going to let the goods in the shop go.
They are not going.
Yeah, we are.
And you want to bring them back, please?
No. Close it down, mate.
Leaving the agents with a volatile situation on their hands.
Can you give way, please?
No, wait.
I need immediate police assistance, please.
Stuart calls for police backup.
Why can you possess something that you don't talk to me? Have you ever talked to me?
Service, please.
How can you just walk in and break everything?
Sir, I've been here before. I need immediate police assistance, please. We have a gentleman that's removing seized goods from the back of a van.
It's not fair what you're doing, you know? At least you have to work with me. We talk about this. Well, you just come and pack stuff like that. You're telling me
That
7 days?
gentleman's known about this. So if he doesn't communicate with you as the business owner, I can't be responsible for that.
In this job, you will get a pack of excuses of
why they can't pay or what situation they're in. People that don't own goods claim not to be the defendant. It does get tiring, but it's part of the job. It's a game, isn't it?
Will you stop this thing and we start sorting this thing out now? Does it have to be the full money?
Yes, sir.
No part payment?
No, sir. Full balance. £3,900 and 41 pence.
The agents aren't backing down. Minutes later, the police arrive on the scene.
Afternoon, officers, you okay? Yeah, it's myself at Rang, High Court Enforcement Agents. The gentleman in the grey tracksuit has gone and taken goods out of the van. He's settled down now because he's now realised the fact that the stuff is going. But obviously we just need regards to breach of the peace, guys, because everything's going. Is that all right?
You're happy to carry on?
Yeah, no problem, officer. Thanks very much.
With the police at the premises, the reality of the situation is starting to sink in for Osman.
Can we have a chat, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
This is not my problem.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, I understand that.
Obviously, I don't want the business to stop.
No.
If I pay this money, would I be able to come back at the court? Because
in the next 14 days, if you go to court and the judge says, yeah, you're right, the writ doesn't stand, you get that money refunded.
Mr. Olasoji and Osman go off to try and raise enough money to save the business.
It's funny how quickly the penny drops with someone that's trying to fob you off when they start realizing, hold on a minute, my goods are actually walking out the front door. It's amazing how fast they start digging into their pockets and getting money that they've been telling you for the last 3 hours they haven't got.
Minutes later, Osman returns with over half the money in cash.
39.
Yeah.
41.
Count this.
There's 2,000. You want to enter your PIN then? So there's 1,941 on the card, yeah? Yeah, it's gone through.
Right. Guys, you can empty it out. That's it sorted now, isn't it? So that's it paid in full. Yeah, okay.
With payment made in full, the goods can be returned to the shop. After a tense confrontation, the case is resolved.
Sadly, this is one of the tactics we've got to use, that when it actually goes onto the van, they actually realise, hang on, we've got to stop messing about now, we've actually got to pay this bill.
Look, it's a serious job, this. We're not going to make jokes about it. If we're telling you we're going to take the goods, we're going to take it.
They might think we're bluffing,
Yeah,
but...
yeah. We're not here to play games, gentlemen.
When people's possessions are at stake, High Court enforcement agents have to think on their feet to get results in highly charged situations. But sometimes debtors will say anything to avoid paying up, as father and son team Delroy and Dale Anglin found out earlier this year.
Sometimes when doing this job, you just have to turn detective to prove the fact that they're lying. It's down to me to dig in and find the evidence to show them that we're not going anywhere. We're not just going to walk back out the door. We're going to have a look and see what's going on.
It's 7:30 p.m. Del and Dale are in Hotton, Essex, to collect nearly £3,000 owed by the owner of an Indian takeaway to a supplier.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited, trading as Bengal Spice.
Okay.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited owns the Bengal Spice takeaway. If its director, Mr. Asif Rayhan, can't or won't pay today, Del and Dale have the right to seize goods from the premises to offset the debt.
Mate, you're right. My name's Dale Anglin, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Well, there's a High Court writ against Blue Arrow Essex Limited.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited?
Yeah.
This is Best Fit.
Best Fit?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Nearly 6 months.
6 months.
Probably more than that. No.
When people say to me, it's not this business, I'm not that person, I'm looking for the conflict in their body language and what they're actually saying. Notice little things, little shakes of the hands, their eyes might dilate, and I'm looking for any little betrayal. It makes me start to get suspicious.
The agents need proof the business is now under new management, as the man claims. Dale starts looking through the firm's bills and paperwork.
Blue Arrow Essex Limited, VAT bill. What else is in there? Bank statements for Blue Arrow.
All the bills and documents are addressed to Blue Arrow Essex Limited, the company named on the writ. There's no sign of Best Fit, so Dell does a quick check on company's house.
You're showing us still trading here anyway as Blue Arrow Essex.
That's this month's bank statement.
It's sending us to here constantly.
So why are you opening their bank statements?
Are you coming wrong places?
No. Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I'll always follow that paper trail because you can't really dispute the paper trail. The guys in that business, you could see they were being defensive, but I can't just call them a liar. I need to show them why I don't believe them. You need to find the evidence and break down each lie as it comes. So you say you've been here 6 months, so you should be registered for business rates and you should have a lease.
The business rate, we don't pay the business rate.
Who pays it then? Show me the paperwork.
This is not here, but...
I want to see a bill from the council regarding your business rates.
This is not a Blue Arrow.
Despite the men's protests, Dale and Dell haven't seen any proof that the new company, Best Fit Essex Limited, is now running the takeaway. The agents need to talk to the owner to get the case resolved.
Right, can we get one of the bosses on the phone?
I can't get it.
Huh? You can't get it?
You need to make a phone call now. Why can't you phone the owners?
Why can't you phone one of the bosses? You guys don't want to call the boss, so what it means now... Listen to me, hear me. I've listened to you. I've asked you many times to call the boss. Whoa. You're not the boss, so I don't know why you're talking.
But
you know what?
Don't talk to me.
As the takeaway staff won't call their boss and can't prove the business isn't the debtor company, Dell and Dale step up the pressure.
What you need to do, you need to turn off all the gas. We're closing everything. We're going to take it today.
No, you can't.
We can.
No, you can't.
Why are you talking to me?
No.
I don't know why you're talking to me. You said don't talk to you.
No, don't push me.
Excuse, I'm not pushing you.
No, don't. You push me.
I'm not pushing you.
No, I'm staying over there, but you pushed me here.
I never pushed you to here. You walked to here. You walked to here.
No, otherwise I'm going to call police.
Call them.
Because...
Call them.
Yeah, of course I'm going to call police.
Then call them. It's fine.
When things got a little bit aggressive, in the kitchen, that's another thing that points to the fact that there's more to this than meets the eye. The whole body language at that point changed, because we were getting too close to the truth and what was going on.
With such a strong reaction to the agent's presence, Dell and Dale want to find out who the men really are.
Where did you say you live?
I live in London, Italy.
Same as Mr. A. Ryan, yeah? As if Ryan, what's your name?
My name?
Yeah, your name.
My name is Ali. Ali.
You sure?
Yeah.
You got any ID on you? Do you have ID on you? No, you haven't? That's convenient.
Then Dell spots a set of car keys.
I'm holding the keys.
Why are you holding my keys?
Because I wish to hold the keys until we establish what's going on here. So this is your car.
Yeah.
The agents hope that establishing the ownership of the car might reveal whether the man is in fact the director of the company named on the writ, Asif Rayhan. Dale goes out to check the man's car. And finds the insurance documents.
Oh, lovely.
Ali has followed Dale outside.
What's your name?
Ali.
Ali. It's your car, though. And your insurance, yeah?
Sorry?
So it's not your insurance. The one that says Asif Ryan. No? You're not Asif Ryan, then? You are Asif Ryan.
Yeah, so what?
So now we can talk, yeah? Let's go talk then.
Finally, his deceit is exposed. The man is the debtor, after all.
This is Asif Ryan. His insurance policy from his car.
Sooner or later, you reach a situation that they realise the game's up. But sometimes, even when I've got the evidence and I'm waving under their noses, they will stick to their guns, regardless of the fact that the evidence is there showing otherwise.
With his lie exposed, Asif still claims that the shop belongs to a new company, Best Fit.
The company is new company.
Okay, so the new company bought all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I see the receipt and the transaction?
Bill of sale. Show me the bill of sale.
That's new people. New
So you don't have it.
What do you mean?
You don't have a bill. You don't have a receipt for the new people.
But I don't have any money. Company owes the money.
Listen.
I don't owe the money personally.
But then Dale spots a document addressed to the owner of Best Fit Essex Limited, the new company Asif claims now runs the takeaway. He rings the contact number for the owner named on the document, Mr. Farid Ahmed.
Hello? That's you, yeah? Please.
The call is answered by the other member of staff in the kitchen.
So you're Mr. Ahmed who runs Best Fit Essex Limited, yeah? You're Mr. Ahmed, yeah?
What?
You're Mr. Ahmed, yeah?
Yeah, he was.
You're the contact for this.
Yes,
Please.
he just phoned your number.
I just rang you.
No.
I just rang you.
He just phoned you the number.
Hold your phone out.
He just phoned you, innit?
That's your phone number on there.
No, listen.
You know what? I like the way you roll, yeah?
No idea, boss.
No idea. It was laughable that they were sticking to their story, despite the fact that one of the guys there was obviously the owner of the new company. Their sole intention was to avoid paying the debt to the claimant.
With no paperwork to show that Asif has officially transferred his business to Mr. Ahmed and his company Best Fit, the agents have the right to seize the takeaway's assets to cover the debt, unless he can pay.
Can you make this payment as if £2,919.05?
How can I pay them?
Right, no worries. As if we're going to now remove goods to cover the bill.
But there's a problem. It's now 9:30 p.m. Dell calls the office.
We want to do a removal of all the gas fittings. Are we going to get anybody this time of night? Okay, mate, thanks.
It's too late to send a vehicle to collect the kitchen equipment, so the agents decide to throw Asif a lifeline.
Come here. We're going to give you till 12 o'clock tomorrow. We'll give you till midday to pay $2,919. You look confused.
No. 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Give me at least 5 o'clock.
Not 5 o'clock. I'll give you till 2 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
2:30. Find the money, please.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
The deadline is set. Asif now has just over 17 hours to pay the £3,000 he owes.
Some cases require you to be logical, methodical. You work it out in the end and you find out who they are. And we just don't give up.
Dell and Dale successfully unravelled a web of deceit. But in Dale's next case with Brian O'Shaughnessy, it's not only lies that get in their way, but an absent boss.
Director of the company is currently on a boat.
Oh, lovely. It's all right for having me.
With debts that are threatening the livelihood of his employees.
How is everyone getting paid if they can't pay anything? So everyone's just working for free? Oh, wow.
UK business growth has seen its biggest fall in the last 3 years. Recent research reveals that 4 out of 10 small businesses will fold after their first 5 years of operation. Stratford, East London. Brian O'Shaughnessy and Dale Anglin are on their way to a mechanical and electrical services company, MEH Facilities Limited.
We're looking for £8,067.83. Oh, well, they're a proper firm, you know. Since 1974.
Can you get out there?
Yes, not bad.
The money is owed to a supplier, and Brian and Dale need to resolve the case today in either cash or goods.
No ramping.
I only want to talk. It's good to talk.
It's really important for us to gain entry into a commercial property to assess what assets they have. And it will be the high value end assets. We just target those. vehicles, plumbing equipment, electrical equipment in electrical commercial property. It all depends on what's in front of us.
Pardon? What's she said?
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Happy days. We got a response. Hello. How are you? Thanks for coming out.
That's all right.
May I ask you who you are?
My name's Kathy. I'm the accounts manager.
Hello. This is Dale. I'm Brian. We're here at the High Court Ring.
At the moment, we've got insolvency people dealing with it. That's
Lovely.
their number.
Cool.
He said, can you give him a ring?
Fair enough.
Kathy claims the company might be going into liquidation. She's been told by the company's insolvency practitioner not to let any agents in. It's clear that before they can even get into the building, the agents have a tricky obstacle to overcome. Brian calls the insolvency practitioner.
Hi, Simon.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
The company is subject to winding up petition.
Right.
The company is in the deep doo-doo, as you'll appreciate.
Yeah.
The business is worth nothing if its trade ceases. We don't think that your writ will be enforceable in these circumstances.
It appears that two of the company's creditors have applied to the courts to force the company into insolvency. The insolvency practitioner believes that this means the writ is not valid, but the case is not due to be heard in court for another 3 weeks. As the company is still trading, the agents are entitled to continue enforcing the writ today.
But we're happy to continue on that basis. Yeah?
So continue doing what?
Taking control of goods.
You're going to take goods away?
Yes. What we'll try and do is we'll try and speak to the hierarchy and see what we can resolve and get it done in the right way.
Speak to the hierarchy?
Well, whoever the director of the company.
Director of the company is currently on a boat.
Oh, lovely. It's all right for some, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, exactly. We're not too happy with it either. I mean, my job is obviously...
Yeah.
You're actually going to go in there?
We have powers of entry on commercial premises and we can force it if we wish to do so. But, you know...
I suggest you go away and get those powers before you start threatening to break in. We'll be calling the police if you try.
Well, it's a civil dispute, it's not a criminal element, and we've got powers of entry as High Court enforcement agents. Well, it was great talking to you, Simon.
You're only allowed access when they give you access.
Okay, please read the TC Act 2007. It stipulates exactly what we can and can't do. Have a great day, Simon.
If you could send...
TC Act. No, look at it yourself. TC Act 2007. Thank you very much.
It's in front of me.
Fantastic. Have a good read of it. Have a good day.
Where is it?
Right. He's going to advise him, yeah. I don't talk to Simon anymore.
As the winding up petitions could be thrown out at the court hearing, the agents are entitled to continue enforcing the writ today.
When dealing with solicitors, barristers, paralegals, it can get a little frustrating, but, you know, we know what we can do, we know what we can't do, and unfortunately sometimes we have to tell them the law, because they don't always know the law, especially when it comes to our job. Ultimately, I know my job, I know what I can do, and I'll do it. And there's nothing they're going to say, there's nothing they're going to do that's going to stop me.
Okay.
The agents find the door unexpectedly open, so they make peaceful entry.
All right. Hello. All right.
Once inside, the agents need to identify any high-value goods they can seize to cover the £8,000 debt.
So the managing director's off on holiday and he's left you guys to deal with it, was he? Charming.
Kathy shows Brian and Dale around the building.
Conference room. Oh, servers. They've got servers.
Around. Please don't take the server.
We'll take them.
Yeah.
Effectively, the actions that we're going to have to do today will effectively shut this business.
It will.
With nothing of high value in the office, it's clear the agents will need to take drastic measures.
What are you taking?
Everything, more or less.
Yeah?
I have to.
All right.
For us to actually cover this bill, we're looking at emptying the building. We're effectively putting you guys out of a job if we do this.
If the agents enforce the writ, it will put the company out of business today. Their only hope is to try and get hold of the director, currently away on a Mediterranean cruise, to see whether he can pay off the debt.
Is there any way of getting hold of the director when he's away?
I've tried texting him.
I think if you're an owner of a business and you're going to just leave your staff to deal with the mess that you've put them in, I think it's unacceptable. As it stands, they're under enough stress as it is because potentially they could be out of a job by the next day, and you've left them to deal with all this stress as well. I just don't think it's right. The last thing we want to do is empty everything out of it, but we're sort of getting left in a position where we literally have no other choice.
With the removal of business assets looking inevitable, the agents quiz Kathy about the company's current outgoings.
So how is everyone getting paid if they can't pay anything? So everyone's just working for free?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
What would we say?
It's
To our friendship in this room, not to nobody else.
Yeah.
Because I've been here I've worked here 39 years.
How long?
It appears that Kathy has been more than loyal to the company she's worked for most of her adult life.
Don't keep me taking the materials or whatever, but I can show you of my bank that I've been paying for
I
materials.
don't disbelieve anything you're telling me today. I think you've been the only honest person that's been straight and forward with us.
I've been paying for
Yeah?
material. I've got my glasses on.
Why are you paying for it out of interest?
Because I've
she's
worked
too
here.
nice.
How much are you paying out?
Mum's getting well, every summer I've worn the change was about £1,400.
So you've probably done the best part of 10 grand already.
So hang on a minute, let me get this straight. You've put £10,000 out of your money into this business that can't pay you wages, can't pay anybody any money.
You ain't got to tell her.
It's been 10 years, trust me.
Trust me.
It's a little heart-wrenching, really. They've got 6 or 7 of them in there, and you know, they're upset. I don't bloody blame them, to be quite honest. They're trying to do their best for the company to keep it going, and you know, they've got families to feed, they've got mortgages to pay. Putting people out of work, stopping them from earning a wage, and you know, it doesn't really sit nice with me, to be quite honest.
Brian and Dale now need to decide if they're going to seize assets that will close the business overnight.
If you take the gear, it's not going to cover, no, it's going to cover the removal if that. That's what it's going to cover.
There's not a lot there.
There's nothing here, bro. Alright?
Yeah.
I'll do that afterwards.
It's clear that even seizing all the assets might not cover the £8,000 debt. The agents decide to take no further action today.
Okay, guys. Right. I'll let Dale give you the good news.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything today. We're going to leave.
I have the utmost respect for staff members in a company going through difficult times. They show nothing but loyalty, respect for that business, but yet the hierarchy can't do the same. And for me, you know, they go up in my estimations, and I'll do the best I can for them because I want to. They're the victims. Well, that's commendable. And I think the way you guys have stuck here together has been pretty amazing, and it's been quite touching for me to look at. Yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. You know what? I deal with all sorts in life, and we're after the people that don't want to pay. Yeah. All right. Listen, I'll leave you to it.
Cheers.
Be good.
See you, mate.
For me, you know, if I was in that director's position, I'd be here. I'd be dealing with this situation, or I'd have someone doing it. I wouldn't let my staff.
Sink with a ship. Sink with a ship. It's your ship.
There we go.
It's your ship, mate.
Cool. That's it. We're done today, mate.
Absent debtors are a frustration for High Court enforcement agents. But on some jobs, there's far more at risk. Abuse and physical threats against agents are on the rise, as Paul and Steve found out earlier this year when they tackled one of the largest mass evictions they've ever carried out.
When you're going to a job and it involves more than one family, you have to be aware of all the people that are around you. People can be coming at you from all angles. The threat of injury is always there.
It's early morning, and Paul and Steve are heading to Birmingham to carry out an eviction.
We're about to repossess part of a car park which has been settled on by
allegedly 28 travellers' caravans.
The travellers they're evicting today were moved from the same site more than a year ago. But they've now returned, and Paul's expecting a hostile reaction.
Police will be in attendance. It's not going to be an easy ride.
Because of the scale of the eviction, agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are also on the case. Paul briefs the team in a car park near the site.
What we'd prefer to do is just to go in quietly, do a walkabout as we always do. If it all goes wrong, just pull back and we'll wait for reinforcements.
But then a van pulls up.
All right, thank you.
What's going on?
The possibilities are that we're coming to move you down the road. If you want the true answer, yeah.
You're going to try and move us?
Yeah.
No.
Well, normal.
It's a High Court issue, is it?
It is, yeah. It started.
Once we were spotted, we had to get down to the site as quick as possible because the travellers could have got more recruits and the situation could have got really dangerous.
That would be it, and the entrance is there on the left, I think, yeah.
The travellers are camped illegally on a former government vehicle testing site. Paul and the team need to notify them they have an hour to clear the premises. But as soon as they enter the site, the van they encountered earlier pulls up.
Morning, sir. If we don't go, what's the options?
They're sending a wrecker truck down and they'll drag you off within the hour. Do you want us to walk around and knock on the doors, or you?
No, there's dogs down there. You get bitten. Now, I'm only here to tell you right from wrong. There's a lot of kids here. You can't take the law into yours and all.
No. We want to do this nicely and together.
The agents start the eviction and notify the rest of the travellers.
Sorry to get you out of bed. It's a High Court eviction notice.
Yeah, so that'll do by when?
Midday.
Okay, we'll be out of here, thank you.
All right, okay.
So far, the travellers seem to be cooperating.
We'd like everybody to be gone by 12.
Just put the time.
But then, the situation suddenly changes.
Watch out, guys. Well,
The agents are now under attack. They'll have to act quickly to keep this unpredictable eviction on track. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in Birmingham to evict a group of travellers who were camped illegally on a former vehicle testing site.
What we would like you to do is to get everybody together and move along.
Together with agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor, they had 28 caravans to move. It all seemed to be going well.
We'd like everybody to be gone by 12.
Just put the time.
But then the mood changed. And the situation turned violent.
watch out, guys.
Just a minute, I'll have an opportunity to get a good piece of kit out. It's always a youngster who starts making a fuss.
Yeah. Trying to make a name for himself.
Watch out, guys.
If they did their part and kept it
Well,
clean...
Steve.
That was a brick.
Children see us as a threat, which is to them what we are, and they rebel in the way they know, so they want to get rid of us, so they throw things at us. Could you do me a big favour? Ask the boys not to do this.
Here, Johnny!
Whether it's half a brick from an adult or half a brick from a child, it's still half a brick. The threat is still there.
Watch out, guys.
The riot shield may look over the top, but do I hold up a riot shield, a dustbin lid, or carry a bag? You know, it's going to be the shield every time.
Look out for them throwing things on the way past. What was it?
Glass bottle.
If the kids start throwing stones or damaging the vehicles, they don't have to take direct responsibility for it. You can't prosecute children like under 10 years old anyway. So the kids they've got free rein. So we were ready for the stones.
Oh, eggs.
As the situation is unpredictable, the police arrive. Paul asks them to come onto the site as a precaution.
Hello, sir. The kids are starting to get arsey now and throwing stones. Oh, if you're pulling the yard, it would be helpful. We do at all costs, and I can't stress this enough, at all costs we avoid physical confrontation. If the police are there, they do appear to have a calming effect, and we'll carry on with eviction.
With the police on site, the atmosphere calms down, and some of the caravans begin to leave.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
They are going peacefully, except for the kids. It's always the kids, isn't it?
Are all the other vans going to go, do you know?
Yeah, but there's not enough toll bars.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I just didn't know if there was going to be any left, that was all.
No, there's no one, but I haven't got enough toll bars.
Okay.
We're just going to have to go and come back.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
But some of the travellers don't want to go quietly.
High enforcement as well, the high jackass.
Yes, many boomer.
Finally, the last of the travellers leave.
So have a quick look now.
Stuart and Vic assess the damage left behind.
Oh, God, that's vile. Smells of urine. Friggin' hell. Stinks. All the windows have been smashed.
But this is the problem. This is what they leave behind. One big mess.
It's worse down here. That's where they've been dumping all the rubbish from, like, tarmacking and trees and, you know, all the general rubbish from work. Look at the devastation that they leave behind. It's going to cost thousands and thousands and thousands to put this right.
The eviction is complete.
When they all decided to muster together, they all left pretty quickly. The last truck or whichever, they threw one more bottle as a parting gift. But at the end of the day, nobody got physically hurt in any way, and it was a good job.
See you later, guys.
Take care, lads.
it easy.
Safe journey.
Next time,
I've never taken gold before.
in another Can't Pay special,
She needs to leave the property today.
No phone calls either.
the High Court enforcement agents find out what's really going on behind Britain's front doors
You didn't think he was going to live? We are genuinely concerned.
as they make some of the most surprising discoveries of their careers.
I don't want to touch that. I think you better call the old bill.
And that call will be being made next Wednesday at 9. Blood pressure is on the rise and it's all down to high fences and breaking parking rules. New Nightmare Neighbour Next Door tomorrow at 8. Next on Channel 5, For Some Telling Lies comes far too naturally, which is why Paul Connolly is going undercover to expose the benefit cheats.
What happens when you get into debt
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
and you can't
I don't know work. I can't go.
or won't pay it back?
I can't pay it. I can't pay it.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits,
You're a living little yellow twat.
dealing with desperate debtors
You please open the door.
Got no one, nowhere to go.
in dramatic situations.
Get out of here.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's
He'll die.
life threatening.
and their possessions.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay...
Get your hands off me.
They'll take it away. A recent government report reveals the total number of traveller caravans in England has increased by 30% in the last decade. For some councils, the cost of evicting travellers has nearly doubled over the last 4 years. Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are High Court enforcement agents. They travel hundreds of miles each week, collecting debts and repossessing property. Today, they're in Birmingham to carry out an eviction. But this job isn't going to be straightforward.
We're about to repossess part of a car park which has been settled on by, allegedly, 28 travellers' caravans.
The travellers were moved from the same site more than a year ago, but recently the community returned.
Police will be in attendance. We hope we don't need them. It's not going to be an easy ride.
When you go to a traveller's site, you really don't know the reaction you're going to get. It could be volatile, so you have to be very careful.
Because of the scale of the eviction, another team of agents are joining Paul and Steve on the case.
Wonder how many caravans are going to be here.
Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor.
Ah, here we are.
The job needs careful planning before the agents go to the site.
Can we do this briefing so we can get down there?
So they meet in a car park half a mile away.
What we'd prefer to do is just to go in quietly, do a walkabout as we always do. If it all goes wrong, just pull back and we'll wait for reinforcements.
But then a van pulls up.
All right, thank you.
What's going on?
The possibilities are that we're coming to move you down the road. If you want the true answer, yeah.
You're going to try and move us?
Yeah.
No.
Well, normal.
It's a High Court issue, is it?
It is, yeah. Right. It started.
With the community now aware of the eviction, the agents must get to the site as quickly as possible.
That would be it, and the entrance is there on the left, I think, yeah.
Where's the police?
Not here yet. Everybody could have rallied round together and caused us a huge problem. The more people there are around you, the greater risk of somebody becoming aggressive.
The travellers are camped illegally on a former government vehicle testing site.
What we'll do is just
we'll
wait
just go in
here.
and have a chat with them first and see how we get on from there.
As soon as Paul and Steve enter the site, the van they encountered earlier pulls up.
Morning, sir.
What actually is what we're doing now?
What we would like you to do is to get everybody together and move along. We have a High Court writ, which...
Right. If we don't go, what's the options?
They're sending a wrecker truck down and they'll drag you off within the hour.
There's a lot of kids here. You can't take the law into yours alone.
No. We want to do this nicely and together.
Do you want us to walk around and knock on the doors, or you...
No, look, there's dogs down there. You get bitten. I'm only here to tell you it's right from wrong.
All right.
And there's a few new babies here.
What
the
we
dogs
need...
will go for this.
Okay. Can you walk around?
I will go around.
All
I will
right.
tell them. We're going to have to leave.
Listen, what's your name? First name?
Mr. Murphy.
Okay.
There's dogs in there. They will bite you, and it won't be
Mr. Murphy, we'll wait.
As a precaution, Steve calls the police to check they're nearby.
If they want to drive by, they can drive by and we'll have a chat with them and then can go from there. Should the things take a turn for the worst, we'll call them straight away.
Even though Mr. Murphy has agreed to tell his fellow travellers they must leave, Paul is duty-bound to make sure the whole community is aware of the High Court writ.
Sorry to get you out of bed. It's a High Court eviction notice.
Yeah, so we gotta leave by when?
Midday.
Or Monday, yeah?
No, today.
Okay, we'll be out of here, thank you.
All right, OK.
So far, the travellers seem to be cooperating.
We'd like everybody to be gone by 12.
Oh, that's pretty fine.
But then, the situation suddenly changes.
Get out of here! Watch out, guys. Paul.
Just a minute, I'll have an opportunity to get a good piece of kit out. It's always a youngster who starts making a fuss.
Yeah. Trying to make a name for himself.
Watch out, guys.
If they did their part and kept it
Go on,
clean...
Steve.
Oh, eggs. People kept shouting and having a pop. You just have to be aware of everybody around you. And as long as your colleague can keep an eye on you and you can keep your eye on them, you know where you are and how safe you are.
Look out for them throwing things on the way past. What was it?
Glass bottle. Watch out, guys.
As the situation becomes more and more violent,
That was a brick.
the agents will have to think on their feet to keep this unpredictable eviction on track. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner were in Birmingham to evict a group of travellers who were camped illegally on a former vehicle testing site.
What we would like you to do is to get everybody together and move along.
Together with agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor, they had 28 caravans to move. It all seemed to be going well.
We'd like everybody to be gone by 12.
Oh, that's pretty fine.
But then, the mood changed.
Watch out, guys.
And the situation turned violent.
What was it?
Glass bottle.
Now, with the agents still under attack from the children, Steve appeals to the man they spoke to earlier.
Mr. Murphy, could you do me a big favour? Ask the boys not to do this.
Here, Johnny!
Because, you know, it's not good. We're trying to do this, you know, as nice as possible. Thank you.
As the situation is volatile, the police arrive.
Hello, sir.
Paul asks them to come onto the site as a precaution.
The kids are starting to get arsey now and throwing stones. The last... Yeah. Oh, if you're pulling the yard, it would be helpful.
We do at all costs, and I can't stress this enough, at all costs we avoid physical confrontation. If the police are there, they do appear to have a calming effect, and we'll carry on with eviction.
With the police on site, the atmosphere calms down, and some of the caravans begin to leave.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
All right. If there's any trouble, will you come and stand by me?
Of course, we'll probably let that happen.
They are going peacefully, except for the kids. It's always the kids, isn't it?
Are all the other vans going to go, do you know?
Yeah, but there's not enough tow bars.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I just didn't know if there was going to be any left, that was all.
No, they're going, but you haven't got enough tow bars.
Okay.
We're just going to have to go and come back.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
The travellers are towing their caravans to another site nearby.
If it's another illegal site, then we've got another issue, haven't we? Means we'll have to go and see them again in 3 weeks' time when we get another possession order.
But tensions are still running high.
Oh, leaving all them poor people homeless and that's it.
See you later, guys.
Oh, for God's sake, leave all the poor old people alone around the road.
You high forceman as well, you high jackass. You smelly boomer.
Finally, the last of the travellers leave.
So have a quick look now.
With everyone gone, Stuart and Vic take a look around the site.
Oh, God, that's vile.
And they're in for a shock.
It smells of urine. Friggin' hell. Stinks. All the windows have been smashed.
But this is the problem. This is what they leave behind. One big mess.
It's worse down here. That's where they've been dumping all the rubbish from, like, tarmacking and trees and, you know, all the general rubbish from work. Look at the devastation that they leave behind. It's going to cost thousands and thousands and thousands to put this right.
The eviction is complete.
There's been a bit of uproar, which there always is, because people aren't happy about being moved. They want to live here for the rest of their lives.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're asking people to leave what they consider their home.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
With the site cleared, the two teams can go their separate ways.
See you later, guys.
Take care,
Take it easy.
Safe journey.
At the start of last year, small businesses accounted for over 99% of all private sector enterprises in the UK. But after 5 years, the majority of small and medium-sized companies are no longer in business. Central London. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are on their way to Hatton Garden, a district famous for its jewellery shops.
This is the diamond quarter, don't it? You can see all the diamonds around here. We're going to a company called Bedazzle in Greville Street.
Yeah.
EC1 in November.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Company Bedazzle owes over £6,000 to a customer who claims she was sold faulty jewellery. But it looks like the business is no longer trading. Dell asks a neighbouring jewellers for any information about the company.
Hello, sir. I wonder if you can help me. The other shop next door to you, was it open at all today? Has it been open?
No, it's closed, like, next shop is closing for almost 3 months.
It's been closed 3 months?
Yeah, more than 3 months.
Really? Thank you very much.
An enforcement letter has already been sent to another address for the company. Brian calls to confirm the details.
Hello, what if you can help me? I'm trying to locate your store. Can you tell me where it is, please?
Yes, of course. It's number 18 Hatton Garden. We're in the Wonder Gallery, more or less in the centre of Hatton Garden.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Bye.
OK, there's Hatton Garden.
Let's go.
Was it 1-8?
Yeah.
The agents are in luck. The new premises are just around the corner.
Here we go, the Wonder Gallery.
Oh, well, it's not too bad then.
Bedazzle shares the mall with several other jewellers. Now the agents must find company director Charles Abrahams.
Looking for the manager.
Hello. How are you? My name's Brian O'Shaughnessy. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Were you located around the corner before? Yeah, of course I can. Absolutely. This will be interesting. My name's Brian O'Shaughnessy. I'm here on behalf of the High Court.
We've got a High Court writ for one of your ex-customers or customer. OK, she's taken out a High Court writ against you, sir. Well, Bedazzle. And we're here to...
Is the trading name of my company. She misfired it.
That be as it may, sir. This is good enough for me because Bedazzle is a trading name of your company. So this is what we're going to be using. OK? Now, we're here to... Hear me out. Hear me out. You can have your say in a moment. Now, I'm here to collect £6,410.82. Right, that's what the High Court writ says. OK?
What are you expecting and what do you need from me today?
Well, what I'm looking for you today is to pay this amount, sir. It's gone to the High Court.
The company doesn't have the...
Well, so... Well, what... Do you really want... If that's the case, sir, right... Well, to save any headache, let me tell you that the... I'm going to give you an opportunity.
You're being quite intimidating.
I'm not being intimidated. I just want to get...
I'm just trying to respond and you're not even giving me the opportunity.
You've asked me a question. Do you want me to answer it? You've asked me what will happen if you can't arrange the funds. What will happen, sir? The amount then that will be requested, it'll be £7,411.62, and we will remove goods to cover that amount.
Okay, well, you can't, because this is a different company.
Well,
Then we would say,
the problem you've got here.
This is a different company that doesn't even relate to that. It was formed on the 18th of June.
Okay, well, the writ says bedazzle.
So as far as
we'll happily continue. We'll continue.
The writs may say bedazzle, bedazzle diamonds limited.
Okay, but I'm sure your customers aren't aware of that when they purchase something from you.
Mr. Abrahams claims that the business operating from his new premises is a new company, Bedazzle Diamonds Limited, and that this new company is not liable for the debt.
Can't take any goods.
I'll tell you what, sir, it really is up to you, all right? We do not get involved in any disputes, okay? If you don't want to pay this amount, fine. We will take goods to recover the higher amount, and you can have your day in court with your solicitor. Hear me? Will you listen to me?
Yes,
Will you listen to me? Will you listen to me, please? All right? We know our job, right? I don't tell you how to do yours. I don't know about diamonds. I really don't, right? This is my job. I'm telling you what we will do.
Do I have the right to call my solicitor?
You can call whoever you like, sir. Absolutely.
While Mr. Abrahams calls his solicitor, Brian takes a look around the premises. If any of the valuable stock on site belongs to the company trading as Bedazzle, they could be taken away to offset the debt.
When dealing with the jewellers, it's happy days. They don't want their jewellery going. If we chose to take control of any goods or assets, we could fit them in our pocket. It's that simple.
I've got bailiffs in my shop, and the chap's saying that unless I pay him the money, he's going to take goods from my shop. Can I pass him over to you? So, yeah, one second. Should like to talk to him.
Hello? Hello? Good afternoon.
The solicitor reiterates Mr. Abrahams' claim that Bedazzle Diamonds Limited is a new company formed after the court action began and therefore not liable for the debt.
So you're saying that there wasn't a company at all called Bedazzle in 2012, is that what we're saying? Yeah. Okay, all right. That's what you're saying, all right? We have a High Court writ here, okay? The debtor is Bedazzle. That's what we have on the paperwork. Bedazzle. Just Bedazzle.
Dell is confident that the agents have the right to continue.
Look, I'm not going to have this argument with you. You've asked me a question, I'm answering it. All right? The name of the debtor on my paperwork is Bedazzle. Okay? He's confirmed that they've moved from the address at Greville Street to here. Based on that, today, I will be proceeding with instructions on the High Court writ. If he doesn't want to pay this amount, that's his right not to, but it won't stop me removing goods to cover the amount of the debt. Thank you very much. She seems to think there wasn't a company called Bedazzle prior to the incorporation of this one in 2015. Well, I beg to differ, because round the corner there's a shop that says Bedazzle on it.
Mr. Abrahams decides to tell the agents more about the debt.
It's so unfair. It is so unfair. This lady, she was absolutely your worst nightmare scenario customer. We went over backwards for her.
What was it about? What was it for?
The customer bought an engagement ring and a wedding band, and she was upset that the diamonds repeatedly fell out. Numerous times we tried to repair this. I'm a good, honest guy.
Absolutely.
And we, at Sideboard, we just said, enough is enough. We can't deal with this anymore.
Can't keep doing it.
So then she put in the county court judgment against us. We didn't get a chance to respond and have her day in court. She got to keep all the bands, and I got to pay all this money on top of that for something that
Which is why you should have your day in court, sir, because
so are you telling me now that I will have an opportunity to
Yes. I often find myself advising debtors about getting a case set aside. Once you make them aware that the money doesn't go directly to the claimant and they've got 14 days, you've sweetened that pill a little bit, enough for them to pay it, so they can get their solicitor onto the case and get the day in court.
Where's my rider man?
One moment, I'll get it all for you now.
Knowing he can appeal, Mr. Abrahams decides to pay the £6,400.
Thank you very much. Charles, I know it's been difficult for you, but we appreciate your hospitality, yeah? No worries. All right, Charles, good luck. Happy days, result. It's done. Paid. No, I think it's just been a thorn in his side, you know, it's just been a pain in the arse for him. He's now got the choice to set it aside, go to court, he's got 14 days to do so. I've got a feeling he's not going to do that.
He's probably going to weigh up how much more it's going to cost him, and he runs the risk that he could lose. It's unfortunate, but he's brought it on himself. He should have dealt with it.
Brian and Del have got the debt paid. But on Paul and Steve's next case, they find themselves in the crossfire.
I hope your kids get treated like this.
Of a bitter tenant dispute.
You gave him an agreement, you know you did.
The number of households renting in the private sector is set to rise by 1.1 million by 2021. But this increase in the rental market has been met with a surge in evictions, reaching a record high last year. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Steve Pinner are in Sunbury-on-Thames, Surrey, to carry out another eviction.
The area's a really, really nice area.
The river's on the right here.
It is.
Yeah.
That big wet thing, there's it.
The landlord claims the tenant, Paul Jones, owes over £4,000 in unpaid rent.
It's just here.
The flat is above a shop owned by the landlord, Palmer Argila. The landlord claims he's been trying to get Mr. Jones out for months. But the agents aren't here to collect the arrears. Their job is to get the tenant out today. But this eviction isn't going to be straightforward.
Somebody coming to the door at last. Good afternoon. Paul?
Hello there.
Paul?
No, I'm not. I'm Aaron.
Is Paul about?
No, not at the minute, no.
OK. This is for Paul. Can you tell him we're here to repossess the property?
Sorry? He's not here at the minute.
Well, can you ring him and tell him, if you would?
I don't have any credit or anything.
Well, he needs to know that we're actually here to repossess the property.
OK.
So, do you have a number and I'll call him? Is he local?
I don't know where he is, to be honest.
Do you live here as well?
Partly, yeah. Sort of rent a room.
That's going to end as well.
Yeah, I'll give it that. All right. Look, I'll see Mrs.
Sure. Or get her to call him.
It appears that Paul Jones isn't the only person living at the flat.
I'm in a onesie.
Would you like to go and get dressed then? Because you need to put your clothes on.
Is that a play on words? I'm wearing a onesie because it's 1 o'clock.
You sure it's not a quarter to onesie?
Yeah.
Can I come in now and have a chat with you?
But as soon as they go inside, Paul and Steve are in for a surprise.
I'm Paul Jones. Oh, my landlord's been lying.
I'm sorry, but he's gone to the High Court.
No, my landlord has been lying. Where's my letter from the High Court?
That gentleman there's got it.
My rent's been paid.
OK.
Mr. Jones claims that he took out the tenancy for the 3-bedroom flat 12 months ago. He let out a room to his friend Aaron, but fell behind with the rent after giving up work due to ill health.
I'm on sickness benefit.
OK.
from a heart attack.
OK.
I've just got out of hospital out of 2 heart attacks. Okay, I've come out of ACU. I've got all the letters here.
Did you go to the county court?
Did I?
Yeah.
No, because I was in hospital.
It soon becomes clear that there's a long-running dispute between the tenant and the landlord, Palmer.
I have the lease for the whole property.
Okay.
3-bedroom. He has sublet a double room to a Polish couple who have applied their own lock and have their own tenancy with Palmer.
Mr. Jones claims that because his sickness benefits didn't cover the full rent, the landlord sublet the flat 6 months ago to make up the shortfall. He says the rent is now shared between him and the new subtenants.
They paid £500 a month directly to him since May, so there are no arrears.
But the writ doesn't say anything about a separate tenancy agreement.
Have you got a contact number for the Polish people?
No, because he did it. The landlord did it separately.
It's clear that there's more to this case than the agents expected. Paul calls the office for more information.
Hello, Paul. Yeah, I've spoken to the clients, and they're not aware of any subtenants, tenancies, anything going on, and they wish everybody to remove from the property that might be there.
Okay, Jeff.
So,
Thanks for that.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.
There's an interesting quirk on this, is the landlord is not aware of the tenants upstairs.
What?
Not aware of the tenants upstairs.
He's got
And the eviction order is for the whole property, including them. Sorry.
Sorry, no, I'm not.
I'm only reporting what the officer said.
But he has got a personal thingy with these Polish people because we said about getting them out, and he was like, no.
Despite the dispute with the landlord, Mr. Jones and his flatmates must leave today.
What is going to happen is that we will give you an hour to get your personal effects together.
To go where?
To go to the council.
To go to the council?
Yes.
And how am I going to get there?
I don't know.
I'm agoraphobic. Do you want all my doctor's notes? I can't even leave the property.
All I know is that I have to have this property empty.
It's Lloyd, though.
I have no involvement with that.
Give me 24 hours.
We can't. What we do, you don't have to take everything, you just need enough stuff.
But I've got nowhere to go.
You go straight to the council.
I've got no family, my family are dead, I've got no
You have to go straight to the council. Your name is on here.
I don't know where I'm going to go, Sal.
The eviction is going nowhere. But then, the landlord arrives, and Paul heads downstairs to hear his side of the story.
There's a background to this, obviously. How long have they been here?
1 year. After they moved in.
They're behind with the rent.
They're not giving rent on time. They never did. 100%. Never.
He said he's been in hospital, missed the court case, had a heart attack.
He's been lying a lot of time. Every time I go there, and he used to just tell me stories. I've got heart condition. Don't shout at me. Don't do this. I said all I want is my rent.
All right. It's just that if you're with us now, we can get the lock changed, which is one thing.
Yeah.
We can clarify the situation and get them moving a little bit faster.
That's okay.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, but what's he said? He just said, well, that's...
The landlord's here.
Where?
Here, outside.
Sorry.
Be nice.
Palmer, why have you lied and you said that they've not paid any money?
Well, you're not paying, they're not paying your people, no, you're not paying anything.
So I'm paying?
It's your people, so why are you telling me?
It's not my people.
They're your people.
Let's have a look at your tenancy agreement with them then.
What tenancy?
The tenancy agreement you gave to them.
Well, I haven't given nobody.
You haven't?
The landlord denies that he has a separate agreement with the Polish couple and claims that Mr. Jones is still responsible for paying the full rent.
You got the only tenancy agreement.
Yeah? You haven't given them the tenancy agreement at all?
That's your people.
No, it's not my people. Yeah. Don't lie.
Time is running out for Mr. Jones. But then, one of the Polish flatmates returns.
Camille?
What?
He's saying you've not paid him nothing because you've got no tenancy agreement.
Don't worry about me.
No, but what I'm saying is he's lying though.
I don't care, man.
Please.
What please? What you want?
Just the tenancy that he gave to you. No, why not? You've paid him money there that he is denying you've paid.
Whatever, man.
That's not going to help you anyway.
Please, Camille. I'm begging you.
Just do what you need to do. Don't speak to me.
The more we talk to the tenant and we find out their background and how the stories evolve, and then you can understand their situation, and you do feel sorry for some of them.
Please. Palmer, you've got a family. Please, I beg you. Why can you not even look at me?
The tenants have had nearly an hour extra to pack up and leave, but Mr. Jones is still reluctant to go.
You gave him an agreement. You gave him an agreement. You know you did.
I'm sorry, Paul, we need to be gone.
Yeah, well, I'm not being funny. I want that tenancy agreement. I hope your kids, get treated like this.
Whatever the rights and wrongs of the case, Paul and Steve are duty-bound to enforce the writ, and all the tenants must leave.
OK. Paul, we got to go now.
You have to stand in the rain.
Trying to find a dry bit. There's a dry bit here.
Finally, Mr. Jones and his dog leave.
Take care. I really mean that. You got my number? Yeah. Take care.
Thank you. Yeah.
He is now homeless.
I actually don't know what to do. I'm actually scared because I've got nowhere to go. I've got no family. Mum and Dad, sister are dead. Got no one, nowhere to go. So that's it. On the streets.
Somebody was lying there. Either the landlord wasn't giving us the whole story, or the tenant was lying.
We can only take things on face value, can't we?
Yeah.
Nearly 60% of businesses in the UK have some sort of debt, and the amount owed is on the rise. In the last 5 years, business debt has risen by 25%, and it's forcing many companies to close their doors altogether. (6 p.m). High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in West Sussex.
What have we got now, Del? We're about to see Mr. Stuart Marler.
They have a High Court writ to recover a debt of more than £3,000 owed by a small website company, Retriever Web Solutions, to one of their customers.
What have we got here? Where is it? What numbers are we at? I can't see this. 127.
The company is owned by Stuart Marler. Brian and Del have visited his house on 3 previous occasions, but he's never been in.
Should we go and give him a nice little visit again? I think that would be very nice, as he's not expecting us. Knock, knock, your date is here.
Mr. Marler has recently contacted the office, claiming he has no means to pay.
He's fobbed us off a bit, ain't he? Well, as usual, he doesn't want to pay his debts. No.
This time, Brian and Del need to serve him the writ face-to-face and resolve the case once and for all.
Yeah, there you go, lights on. Lovely. Waiting for me. Right. Hi, Mr. Marler.
Oh.
How you doing?
Hi.
Mr. Anglin,
Okay.
High Court Enforcement. We've got a High Court writ.
Mm-hmm.
We'll need to see your circumstances so I can put this to bed and see what we're doing with it. Okay?
Right, so what do you want?
I need to come in and see your circumstances.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much. What is this about? I know you...
Basically, it's a website that we agreed to build for the guy. They never gave us any information. And then all of a sudden, he just said, you know, you're not doing it for how we want it. The company was in trouble. We couldn't afford anything. So we rented out the house and went to basically live in Spain. So we've literally just moved back Sunday night.
Okay.
So the company now is being closed down.
Mr. Marler thought the debt would disappear when the company folded, but Dell has some bad news.
If it was just the company, you might have had an argument, but you can see that your name's on there along with the company. So because you've named on it, we have to have a look at what assets you have.
Okay. We've basically got nothing, really. So,
no. Do you have vehicles or anything?
No.
If people are in debt, it's not a positive thing for people, but it's how people choose to deal with debt. And, you know, you've got to plough through it. Don't bury your head.
Yes.
Mr. Marler claims he has no assets of value, but Dell needs proof.
This is our main bedroom. So we've got no wardrobes or anything. Literally just come back with what we got.
All right. What are you doing for money at the moment?
Well, the Retrieve Web Solutions shut down.
Yeah.
We've had to start up again. Same thing, because that's what we know.
Yeah. Starting up again, aren't you?
We basically couldn't afford to go bankrupt.
There appears to be nothing worth seizing in the house. Then, Dell spots something in the bedroom.
How old's the computer?
About 9 months.
Okay.
Nothing else. That's that.
Okay.
That's about a 4-year-old laptop.
The computers are the only items of any value. But without them, Stuart may struggle to make a success of his new IT business.
How do you work with web design? What would you use to do it?
We do web design by using templates. So we buy in a template for 40, 50 quid.
So how do you do that? What do you use to do all that stuff?
Just a computer.
It's upstairs, the computer. Yeah. It's about 9 months old.
Stuart is facing a crisis. If he can't make a payment today, he could lose what few assets he has. And the clock is ticking. Brian O'Shaughnessy and Dell Anglin were in West Sussex to collect a debt of over £3,000 owed by a small website company to one of their customers. The debtor, Stuart Marler, claimed he had no assets and couldn't pay.
So we've got no wardrobes or anything.
But Dell spotted some computers he could seize to pay the debt.
How old's the computer?
About 9 months.
Now Stuart must try and raise some funds, or he stands to lose his computer equipment and his chance to rebuild his company. Stuart's wife arrives.
Hello.
Hello.
So...
You are? Okay. Let me explain what your position is. Unless we come to some arrangement in relation to the outstanding debt here, we will be calling a van to remove goods of value. I don't want to disrupt your business that you're bringing up, but I will take the computer and all computers in the house. I don't want to do that, but you need to understand that I will.
We haven't got nearly £4,000 available.
If you're getting your business up and running again, does it suit you for me to take your computer and remove your goods and we'll be here all night? Like, that's what I'll do.
Racking up the pressure at certain points when enforcing a High Court writ is imperative. It's to show your intention and it's to make debtors understand the severity of what's in front of them. We don't take any pleasure in upsetting anybody, but they need to work with us.
Can we come up to an agreement of some type?
No way in our family's got any money.
I mean, if we can come to an agreement to pay something back each month or something like that, we haven't got...
Well, in order for me to even think about that, I would need a significant deposit or a significant payment.
What would you consider a significant payment?
It's got to be at least half. Can you find half of it?
Well, no, we haven't got the money.
Okay, I'll call the vehicle then. Right, let me do that outside, chap.
In so doing, if we do decide to remove, the fee's going to go up because we've got to pay for the removal van, so the new balance will jump up by a significant amount.
You're saying £2,000 now this second. You're going to start taking our stuff now?
Yeah. It's better than finding 4,000, isn't it?
Yeah, but it might as well be 4,000.
You must have somebody that can help
We
you.
can't.
We haven't.
We haven't. Our family's broke. We haven't got money in our family.
If the couple can't come up with an offer soon, they stand to lose what little they have.
The only thing I can try and ask is, do you think Barrett will understand?
All we could do is ask him.
We're happy to wait while you do so, it's no problem.
Yeah, and he won't. He's like 79, 80.
This is entirely up to you who you ask.
I know, but he won't be able to pay the money now.
Why?
Because he wouldn't have internet banking or phone banking or anything like that.
Debit card?
You
don't actually speak to him. Just cross one bridge at a time.
While Stuart speaks to his Uncle Barry, Del wants to find out more from his wife about the couple's move to Spain.
Why did you come back? Was he not working out there, the business?
Yeah, we were homesick.
Oh.
We thought we moved out there because we needed to get things back on track. And we felt that now that we're starting to get things back on track, it would enable us to move back.
They've buried their head in the sand for such a long time that they think that the problems are going to disappear. And when someone like me arrives, they're actually made to face the issues that they've been avoiding for months or years. And in a funny sort of way, it brings them a little bit of relief because they can unburden it all.
Minutes later, Stuart has some news.
We can get the money.
Well done.
Are we talking the full amount, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. At least this will be off your back, so you don't need to cry anymore. Your husband's come good.
The gentleman's coming around here now to make payment, and then we'll be on our way. He's a 79-year-old man, so we need to be conscious of him and if there's any issues with him, but he's been really nice by the sounds of it, and he wants to help them out. So, times of need, you know who your friends are.
20 minutes later, Stuart's Uncle Barry arrives.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Thank you for your help, sir. You can't run away from a debt, and it eventually catches up with you. Have you got your card, please, sir? Thank you. There's many, many things that create people's debt or situations, but we're not there to judge. We're there to resolve it in the right way. There you go. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you for your help.
All right.
Bye. Good luck. Thanks. Okay.
With the debt paid in full, Stuart's new business is safe.
New next Wednesday at 9, The Hotel Inspector returns here on Channel 5. For next tonight, cockroaches overcrowding homes that are just not habitable in new nightmare tenant slum landlords. Over on 5 Star, it's not filthy chat, it's fact-filling. Get to the truth in new Sex Pod. While on 5 USA, double drama from the ever-powerful Law & Order Special Victims Unit.